Welcome to sarahcollin.com, Awaken Your Heart Song. I wanted to share with you this week the workshop I just ran, some little snippets from the Come Alive workshop that ran last weekend. It's a workshop that's one of my favourites to run because it involves all the aspects that I love: movement, values exploration, planning the year ahead. Now's the perfect time to set your intentions and plans for the year. Being intentional, revisiting values, what's important to me, all those things, and then coming together with a group and sharing nourishing, healthy food, and then relaxation and some sound to finish the day off. A really lovely way to spend a Saturday at the beginning of the year, to take the time to plan your year a little, to be intentional. So I thought you might like to have some little insights and maybe even explore yourself. What would you like your year to look like? We're living in extraordinary times, aren't we? And these extraordinary times are sort of giving us the nudge to go within, to ask the question, who am I? Actually, I found my vision boards behind me, and I found some words. I put words on my board as well, and I found some words that read, who in the world am I? And it's a question to ask. You can't really ask it often enough because it evokes some deeper inquiry. Who in the world am I? And part of our exploration when we start looking at planning is, how well do I know myself and how well do I look after myself? So there's a little quiz we do in the workshop, so I thought perhaps I'd share a few of the questions and you might like to do some self-reflection in this moment. Get a glimpse of, is there an area where you might be able to make things a little better? So it's a quick yes or no. Yes or no to these questions, to these statements. I know what's most important to me in my life. Yes or no. I know what makes me happy and brings me joy. I challenge myself and put myself out of my comfort zone regularly. I stay focused and present most of the time and do not get distracted by thoughts of the past or the future. I do kind things for others on a regular basis with no expectation of anything in return. I'm able to say no when I need to. I make time to do something special for myself every week. I have at least one hobby or interest of my own that I enjoy and take part in regularly. How did you go? Did you get an equal balance of yes and no? Were they all yeses or were they mostly no's? It's a little challenge just to inquire. How well do we know ourselves and how well are we looking after ourselves? It's always worth some investigation. And when we've had that little quiz experience, then starting to reflect on what's important. What are your values? What are your, say, top 2 values? And you might say, well, what's a value? Well, something that's valuable to you. What do you value in the world? What's a key value? And you could look at perhaps the people you surround yourself with, the types of things you do, what surrounds you in your home, what sort of things do you have around you that could give you some ideas of what's important to you. What do you value? And then if you can think of two values off the top of your head, and then ask yourself, are these my values? Or have I inherited these values? Are these societal values? Are these really the values that I want to walk with? Are these the values that will help me create a life that reflects what I stand for and that satisfies my soul and makes my heart sing? They might be. They may not be. So it's worth reflecting. What's important to you? I encourage you to take a moment. What's your 2 top most important values? Say you want to choose 2 values to walk this year with. What would they be? And then if someone was to take a look upon your life, sort of get the big eagle view of your life for a day, if they watched you, how you went about your daily activities and your interactions, your language, they could see your thought processes, what would that represent? Would that represent what you say is important to you? If someone was anonymously looking upon your life for a day, to be able to say back to you, your day reflects this. I wonder if that would reflect what you say you stand for, or what you say your values are. I love values exploration because this gets us to go a little deeper. What's really important? If we were to create a life that reflects our values and satisfies our soul, then what would those 2 values be this year, 2022? What would you like to walk with? For me, it's health and kindness. And they sort of go together, because if I've turned kindness in on myself, that will greatly enhance my health. So once you've got those top values that you choose to walk the year with, then come up with some actions that support those values, so that if someone was looking upon your life, what would they see you doing that would reflect those values? Come up with 5 actions for those 2 values, and then see if you can walk with those 2 values. You might choose to walk with them both, or you might choose one value to walk with for the week and just try it on and see how it feels, and just be ready for insights. And don't be disappointed if you find that while you say you value this, your actions don't support that. That's okay. That's a great insight. That gives you so much room to then make some change and move forward in a more purposeful, focused way. And if you wanted to create your own vision board, which is what we did at the weekend, then it's very simple. You just get a piece of board or paper or cork board or a cork tile, or you might even do it in a book, and pick out some images that support what you say you stand for, that support your values, some images to represent. And so for a board, for the purpose of a board, pick 5 values. See if you can come up with 5 values, 5 things that are of value to you in your life and the people you share your life with. And then choose some images that would reflect those things and stick them on a board. You could do it digitally on the computer, and then you could have it as your screensaver. And put those things on your board and let it be around you, let it be visible. And then the trick is to honour that board every day, to keep the vibration high. And in our workshop we do some movement, because movement is the quickest way to change how you're feeling. So keeping your vibration high, get out in nature, get your bare feet on the ground, get the sunlight on your skin, have a dip in the ocean if you live near the sea, go for a forest walk, connect to nature and get the higher vibration coming in. Because when you've created this vision from a place of being inspired to live a more soul-satisfying life, then you want to bring your vibration in harmony with that, so that they meet. Like attracts like. So if you create this most magnificent board and you fall into a slump, you're not going to be attracting what's on your board. So raise your vibration. One of the quickest ways is to breathe deeply and consciously, and outside in the fresh air with your bare feet on the floor, on the ground. And if you can't do that, then just do some deep breaths. Even taking a deep breath in and sighing the breath out. 3 big sighs will change your state of being in the moment. So keeping your vibration high, honouring this vision every day, taking steps towards living that vision every day. And then once you've got that vision, sort of like you've put it out there, give it away. Honour it every day. But part of you lets it go. You don't hold it too tightly. Because what I've learned from vision boarding over many years is that we can only see and imagine so much in the present moment that we're in when we create that board. And there could be something so much bigger and better. And we've planted the seed. So let it grow and make space for it to come back in a much more magnificent form than what you've created it in. Because that happens so often. You plant the seed, you put it out there, and you keep your vibration high, and amazing things happen. So I hope that's inspired you to take the time. This beginning part of the year is so valuable for setting your course and being intentional with what's really important to you. Investigate your values and check in. Are they your values? Have you inherited them? Are they someone else's? Do what you need to do. You're unique and magnificent and can create whatever you want to create. So dream big. Take some deep breaths. Get out in nature and start doing what makes your heart sing. And create a life aligned with your values that's going to make your heart sing and satisfy your soul. Have fun. Laugh often. And I'll talk to you again soon. Namaste.